numero uno. Let's see if we got the right side here. Yep. We have houses Dis, Sanctum, and Logos. Apparently I'm holding this upside down. Sanctum, Dis, and Logos. Provost Cyancone, the Calculating Inventor. That's a pretty neat name. Provost. I don't know what that means. Provost Cyancone, the Calculating Inventor. Let's see what this guy has. Alright, we'll set the identity card over to the side here. And we have, starting off with Rothias the Fierce. Double Rothias the Fierce. Potion of Invulnerability, Gatekeeper, the Grey Rider, Protect the Weak, Healing Blast, Golden Aura, Borden the Redeemed, Abond the Armorsmith, Lion Boutram. And moving into Logos with a Knowledge is Power, Sloppy Labwork, Quantum Finger Trap, Double, Memory Chip, Feeler the Researcher, ZYX Researcher, Standardized Testing, Library of Babel, and a Helper Bot, Cutthroat Research, and Archimedes. Oh, great! Another Wretched Doll. In my Worlds Collide display opening video, we opened like 3 of these things. I don't know why Wretched Dolls just come to me, man. Wretched Doll, Orb of Invidious, A Fair Game, 3 Fates, Bloodshard Imp, Tesmal, Streak, Double, Schuler, Not Finished With You, Dust Imp, and Ember Imp. Well man, the first 2 houses, Sanctum and Logos, actually looked pretty darn solid, but I feel like this Dis is bringing it down a little bit. This Dis is... Not Finished With You is really nice for the other creatures in the other houses. The Streaks and Tesmals are nice, but this other stuff is kind of meh. Especially the Wretched Doll, Orb of Invidious. But this Logos looks like a lot of fun. With the Helper Bot, there's some board control with the Standardized Testing, plenty of cycle, like draw-wise with Feel of the Researcher, some archiving with the Memory Chip and the ZYX Researcher, and the Sloppy Lab Work. And then Knowledge is Power just to get some Ember from all of that. Then the Sanctum just looks really pretty solid overall with lots of nice big beefy creatures. There are Rothias the Fierce, some scaling Ember control with the Gatekeeper. Overall, I think this deck looks pretty fun. Calculating, Inventor, I'd say so. Alright, on to deck number 2. Alright guys, here we go with our second deck. Let's see what we have here. We have Brobnar, Sanctum, and Untamed. This Archon looks really cool. Voidlog, the Khan of the Castle. Let's see what this Khan has in store for us. Alright, starting off with House Untamed, we have Earthbind, Curiosity, Panpaka Jaga, Flaxia, Emberspine Mongrel, They're Everywhere, Tentadlin, Double, Triple Tentadlin, Rustnar, Keycharge, Fanghouse, interesting, Vemos Lightbringer in Sanctum, Radiant Truth, Prince Derek Unifier, Shield of Justice, Protect the Weak, Maruk the Marked, Double, Triple Maruk the Marked, Healing Blast, Borden the Redeemed, Double, Avon the Armorsmith, and into Brobnar with Take That Smarty Pants, the War Chest, the Flex, Ogopogo, Double, Triple, Into the Fray, Foozle, First Blood, Cowfine, Coward's End, and Bingle Bang Bang. Huh. There's lots of like triples, like lots of really big, beefy creatures that come in triples in this deck. Like the triple Ogopogo. There's also the triple Maruk the Marked, which is interesting. With the Healing Blast, so maybe I can heal some of these beefy creatures for a bit of burst. Some extra armor with Abon the Armorsmith. Coward's End is nice to get some of that board wipe action going. The Flex. Choose a friendly ready friendly Brobnar creature. Exhaust it and gain Ember equal to half its power running down the game. And there are some pretty, like these Ogopogos would be great for that. But yeah, this deck definitely looks somewhat mediocre. It's not great, and that's how it is with Age of Ascension decks. Is that a lot of the decks are just kind of meh. Lots of untamed creatures though that maybe I can reap out with to get this key charge to go off at some point. But yeah, overall pretty meh, but not like just atrocious. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on to the third deck. All right, for deck number 3, we have House Mars, Logos, and Shadows. There is a lot of potential here for Genka, for Brig, and for just solid Shadow stuff. Wow, my spirally man. He even has a pair of eyes is juggling here? Dude, this Archon looks so cool. Professor Failgrate Octavian. That sounds like a professor's name. Let's see what he has. Alright, Professor. What do you have in store for us today? Woo! We have a routine job deck, ladies and gentlemen. With 1 routine job, 2 routine jobs. Alright, just the 2. 2 routine jobs. Subtle Maul, Night Forge, Little Nif, Yancey Gang, Whistling Darts, Umbra, Swindle, Nerve Blast, Miasma, Dusk Chronicles, and into Mars with a Plague Master, Martian Hounds. What does Martian Hounds do? Choose a creature. For each damaged creature, give the chosen creature 2+1 power counters. Interesting. Hypnotic Command, Sample Collection, Flotsam Spike, Yixlix Dominator, Vezima Think Drone, Mother Gun, Mindworm, Mars Needs Ember, Carpet Flotsam, Double. Ooh, an Ontologos with a strange gizmo. Seismo Entangler. Double Seismo Entangler. Interesting. Quantum Finger Trap, Double. Fila the Researcher, Eureka. Backup Copy, Titan Mechanic, Professor Sutterkin, Poke, and Pip Pip. Wow, this deck looks kind of fun. This Logos is not interesting. Or, no, it's not interesting, it's interesting. Double Seismo Entangler is good for, like, just keeping the opponent's creatures from just, like, ever reaping. Strange Gizmo's kind of cool. This Mars looks... I don't even know what to say about this Mars. Yeah, I don't know. This is beyond my analytical skill, this Mars house. It doesn't look fantastic, but I mean, it has some, like, having the opponent's creatures capture Ember from their own side. The Mother Gun for some damage. Hypnotic Command and the Mars Needs Ember are pretty cool. This Shadows, though, looks really fun. Lots of steel going on. And the Miasma to top it all off. Nerve Blast, the Swindle is super cool. Let me think here. Routine Job, I don't have, like, any routine job decks. So that's super cool that I got one with these two here. But yeah, I'm excited to give this deck a shot. It actually looks pretty darn solid. Plenty of Ember control in the Shadows. A decent amount in the Mars. And Logos just does Logos-y things, I suppose. There we have it. Professor Failgrate Octavian. Let's move on to deck number 4. Alright, here we go with the 4th deck. In this 4th deck, we have Brobnar, Shadows, and Sanctum. This guy has the same head as the Archon on the previous deck that we just opened. That's kind of interesting. Abominable Leviathan Declan. What do you got? Starting off in Shadows with Dipno Spymaster, Duskrunner, Bonerot Venom, Yancey Game, Whistling Darts, Umbra, Swindle, Ronnie Wrist Clocks, Double, Lamindra, Double, Dusk Chronicles, and onto Sanctum with an Eye of Judgment, The Harder They Come, Rothias the Fierce, Equalize, Double, Smite, Surmeros, Healing Blast, Golden Aura, Borden the Redeemed, Abon the Armorsmith, and onto Brobnar with the War Chest. Ogo Pogo. Ugh! Gargantes Scrapper, Tremor, Pound, Groggins, Gauntlet of Command, Gengar Chieftain, Double Gengar Chieftain, Foozle, and First Blood. We had 2 Gengar Chieftains, but unfortunately no Drummernaut to go along with them. This deck looks pretty meh. Looks pretty meh. Yeah. I don't know what else to say but that. That is pretty meh. Double Equalize is kind of cool, but there's a decent amount of capturing. Double Borden the Redeemed, Surmeros, but I mean besides that, there's not much that I saw. The Shadows with double Ronnies is pretty cool. Swindle. But yeah, overall this deck looks pretty mediocre. Looks like any other old Age of Ascension deck. Let's see what deck number 5 has in store. So with deck number 5, we have the houses of Mars, Logos, and Dis. This could be a fun one. What a beautiful looking Archon we have so far. Señor Grapejam, the Grating Mastermind. Something about this deck must just absolutely grate on the opponent's nerves. Grapejam definitely matches with Archon color. But we'll just have to see what we got here. Alright, we have, starting with Mars, Quickslick's Plague Master, again. Ooh, this is my first Entropic Manipulator. Choose a player. You may redistribute the damage on the creatures that player controls among that player's creatures. You may cause more damage to a creature than it has power. Interesting. What the heck? Double Entropic Manipulator. Exterminate, Containment Field, Zizix Shockworm, Quickslick's Dominator, Mother Gun, Mind Warper, Fix Finger, Collector Worm, Agent Human, and Ontologos with a Neutron Shark. Quantum Finger Trap, ZYX Researcher, Titan Mechanic, Professor Stutterkin, Poke, Pip, Igor, Cutthroat Research, Binet Rupture, Archimedes. Double. Onto this with a Poltergeist, Gold Key Imp, Anguish, Yerk, Schuler, Not Finished With You, Double, Misery Exploit, Lash of Broken Dreams, Gub, Exhume, and Dust Imp. Huh. Very interesting that the very first Entropic Manipulator deck I ever open happens to have 2 of them. But besides that, what does this deck offer us? This doesn't look too horrible. The Exhume is nice, Lash of Broken Dreams is always nice, Schuler, Yerk for some cycle, Poltergeist for the artifact control, always nice to see. Archimedes with some good board placement. Archimedes could come in handy. Igor is always really nice for some cycle. Neutron Shark is nice for the board control. This Mars looks fun. It doesn't look like super fantastic or anything, but it looks pretty fun. I'm just excited about the 2 Entropic Manipulators. Alright, so that's Señor Grapejam. Let's move on to our 6th deck. Alright, here we go with deck number 6. Alright, so with deck number 6, we have the houses of Sanctum, Dis, and Untamed. Whoa, look at that. Like, Archon. Looks like a bug. Dame, Lostgiver, Idlewild. Interesting. Alrighty, give us some good stuff here. Wow, my request was answered immediately with Punctuated Equilibrium. Penpeka Jaga. Double Penpeka Jaga. Nature's Call, Grasping Vines, Marmosworm, double, Nox, double, Key Charge, Duskwitch, Darna, and onto Sanctum with an Opal Knight, Orthias the Fierce, Radiant Truth, Hadrith's Wall, Gorm of Am, Free Markets, Take Hostages, Hollowed Shield, Golden Aura, Boarding the Redeemed, Blinding Light, Abad the Grim, Collar of Subordination, and Dis, Drumble. What the heck? This is a legacy! This is a Call of the Archons card. Drumble in Age of Ascension. That is super, super cool. This is one of my favorite discards as well. If your opponent has 7 or more Ember, straight up capture all of it. That's super neat. Misery Exploit, double. Lash of Broken Dreams, Gub, Charette, Binding Irons, double. Banish, Ember Imp, and Ember Imp. This deck looks really neat. I asked for something good with this deck, and I got some good stuff with this deck. Punctuated Equilibrium, my favorite card in the entire game, just to start things off. And the Legacy... Where'd it go? The Legacy Drumble, all the way from Call of the Archons. That is super, super cool. I love me a good Legacy. What else does this deck have? All around, like, some pretty decent Ember control. I mean, the Charettes are super... Or the one Charette is really nice, with the Lash of Broken Dreams and the Drumble. Abad the Grim, Born of the Redeemed for some more Ember control. The Take Hostages is always neat. Free Markets for some Ember Burst. Lots of really big, beefy creatures with the Hadrith's Wall and the double Nox. And the Marmosworm can really get beefed up as well. And then giving all of those beefy creatures Skirmish with the Penpeka Jagas. So overall, this deck looks really fun, and I'm excited to give it a shot. But yeah, so that is Dame Lostgiver Idlewild. And we are now halfway through this display. Let's move on to deck number 7. Alright, in deck number 7 we've got Dis, Mars, and Browner. Carbonode, or Carbonode. Looks like Carbonode to me. Carbonode, the Poet of Nightmares. That is such a cool name. The Poet of Nightmares. We've got... What the heck? Another Entropic Manipulator. What's going on here? Oh, followed up by Custom Virus. Sample Collection. Flotsam Spike. Key Abduction. That's one half of the Genka. Destroy them all. Combat Pheromones. Yixlix Dominator. Tixel Beambuckler. Mindworm. Carpet Flotsam. Double. Okay, well, no Genka, but we do have an Ortanu deck, it looks like here, with 2 Ortanu's Bindings and Ortanu the Chained. Tentacus, Poltergeist, Bloodshard Imp, Yerk, Streak, Not Finished With You, Gub, Double, Dust Imp, Nantabrobnar with a Phoenix Heart, Sound the Horns, Screech Bomb, Double Screech Bomb, that's really nice, Little Rapskull, Grok, Gauntlet of Command, Double, Triple Gauntlet of Command, holy cow, Drummerknot, Cowfine, and Bingle Bang Bang. Wow, so this time we've got the Drummerknot, but not the Gengar Chieftain. We do have 2 Screech Bombs though, which is super, super cool. And Triple Gauntlet of Command, like, holy cow. Sorry, I was holding the cards way up here. But holy cow, Triple Gauntlet of Command, that is just wild. This deck does a lot of fighting. What else do we got here? This is cool with the Ortanu, the Chained, and his bindings. Some artifact control with the Poltergeist. And the Mars looks, I don't know, just looks like Mars, you know? Just doing its thing. Not great, but it's there, doing something. I don't know how reliable this Key Abduction is going to be, though, since the deck only has 3 Mars creatures to put back into the hand, but... So yeah, that's Carbonode, the Poet of Nightmares. Alright, deck number 8. We have, again, House Mars, Untamed, and Brobnar. Let's see if we can get lucky enough for the Drummerknot or the Gangerknot combo this time. Patrizio Y Malaitusk the Mighty. That's kind of a mouthful, but hopefully the deck is as mighty as it says it is. Alright, here we go. With a Teliga, straight away. Mighty Tiger. Ho-ho. Heart of the Forest. A KeyForge card that will forever live in infamy. This is my first Heart of the Forest deck. And in my entire KeyForge career, I've only ever played one single game that had a Heart of the Forest in it, and it was my opponent who controlled it. But anyway, here we are with Heart of the Forest, my very first Heart of the Forest deck. Nature's Call, Bumblebird, They're Everywhere, Persistence Hunting, Glimmer, Full Moon, Fanghouse, Duskwitch, Darna. Whoa! And on to Mars with a Gromid. With 10 power, you cannot play creatures. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Gromid, your opponent loses 1 Ember. He is a weird card. Oh, Key Abduction, Destroy Them All, Zizix Shockworm, Vezima, Mindworm, Triple Mindworm, Mars First, Glixel Proliferator, Collector Worm, and on to Brobnar with a King of the Crag. Barehanded, The Flex, Burn the Stockpile, Blood Money, Pound, Double, Groggins, First Blood, Double, Triple First Blood, that's disgustingly horrible. Bingle Bang Bang. This deck was looking cool until those triple First Bloods came around. Ugh, that's nasty, bro. But besides that, this deck looks like something else. First off, how many rares does this deck have? Like, it must have a lot. Let's see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rares, okay. So, not like an absolute ton, but still, like, that's a pretty decent amount. Yeah, so that's the rare count there. But let me see here. So yeah, Heart of the Forest, man, that's crazy. I don't know how to play with or against Heart of the Forest. And Triple Mindworm? Like, holy cow, bro. No, we weren't lucky enough to get the Martian Generosity with that Key Abduction. Which that is a really difficult combo to come across because it is an uncommon card and a rare card that have to come together in the same deck. So that's pretty wild. For the Full Moon, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures to go along with it. So that's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. This deck looks pretty weird, wacky, fun. Mars First with the Mindworm is pretty cool. Yeah. But you guys will have to let me know what you guys think of this deck down in the comments, because I have no idea what this deck is or what it's trying to do. what it wants to do, I have no idea. So let me know. And I would be super happy to see what you guys have to think. Or have to say, I should say. Alright, on to the next deck. Alright, with deck number 9 we have... Holy cow, more Untamed. Dis and Logos. Hunter Van Eyck. Hunter Van Eyck. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, Hunter Van Eyck has, in Untamed, Lupo the Scarred, Fogbank, Marmoswarm, Nox, double, Key Charge, Glimmer, double, Fanghouse, double, Duskwitch, Darna. Oh, and onto Logos with the Desania. Remote Access, Quantum Finger Trap, Eureka, Poke, double, Helperbot, double, triple Helperbot. That is beautiful. Igor, Binet Rupture, Archimedes, and on to Dis with a key to Dis. Old Yerk, Life Ward, Normal Yerk, Streak, double, Misery Exploit, Gub, Exhume, double, Charette, and Binding Irons. Now this deck has some potential. This Logos, let's just start out with the Logos here for a second. With the Igor and the triple Helperbot, like this deck is playing things out of house like nobody's business. Eureka for some Ember Burst, Desania to mess with the opponent's archives, get in their head a little bit, Remote Access. Ah, man. Duskwitch for a nice threat. Double Glimmer, which could be nice to like get some Helperbots back maybe. Or a Key Charge, depending on what I might need. I don't know if I would want that or not. But there's like a decent amount of Untamed creatures to go along with that stuff. What else would I want to Glimmer? Maybe a Charette, maybe Exhumes. Oh yeah, and these Exhumes, like exhuming into a Helperbot, into something else, is pretty wild. Life Ward is great. Some Cycle with the Old Yerk and the regular Yerk. Key to Dis for a board wipe that just can go off at any moment. This deck looks really fun. This is another one I'm definitely excited to give a try. Hunter Van Eyck did not disappoint. Let's move on to deck number 10. We have Sanctum, Mars, and Logos. With a very angelic looking Archon here. Sunshine, Ryvre, Hive, Birdkeeper. Huh, that's an interesting name. Sunshine, Ryvre, Hive, Birdkeeper. Starting off with House Sanctum with a Proclamation 3/4/6E. That is just what we like to see. While your opponent does not control creatures from 3 different houses, their keys cost +2. And apparently, Jehu the Bureaucrat is particularly fond of paragraph 2, subsection C. Awesome. Proclamation 4/3, or whatever. Mother Northel. This is my first Mother Northel deck. Elusive. Reap. Move 1 Ember from a friendly creature to your pool. The Harder They Come. Radiant Truth. Hadrith's Wall. Shield of Justice. Maruk the Marked. Hollowed Shield. Double. Golden Aura. Double. Borden the Redeemed. Oh ho ho. Mars with a Shatterstorm. Lose all your Ember. Then your opponent loses triple the amount of Ember he lost this way. What a wild card. Mothership Support. Key Abduction. Yixilix Dominator. Skybooster Squadron. Mother Gun. Mindworm. Mars Needs Ember. Glixel Proliferator. Collector Worm. Double. Carpet Flotsam. And another Dysania. Back to back. Seismal Entangler. Backup Copy. Wild Wormhole. Double. Standardized Testing. Double. Poke. Pip Pip. Igor. Binet Rupture. Double Binet Rupture. Lots of doubles in this deck, I get the feeling. Yeah, we have the double Hollowed Shield, double Golden Aura, double Standardized Testing, Binet Rupture, Wild Wormhole, Collector Worm, Mother Gun. That is wild. Unfortunately, we once again did not run into the Brig combo, even though we have 2 Binet Ruptures. Dysania is nice to have, always. Double Collector Worm. This Mars, once again, just looks pretty like whatever. Just Mars doing its own Mars AoA stuff. Shatterstorm. Love to see it. And yeah. That's like it. I'm super happy to have a proc deck. That's really neat. And Mother Northel. So I don't have any decks with either of these cards, and now here they are, both of them having come together. I wonder what sort of capture game this deck has for Mother Northel to actually be of any use whatsoever. Borden the Redeemed. Maruk the Marked. That's about it. Doesn't look like Ember's going to be getting on my creatures in many other ways. So, doesn't look like she's going to be doing much work for me, but nonetheless, it's still cool to find it in my deck. There we have it, Sunshine River, Hive Birdkeeper. Let's move on to deck number 11. We just got 2 decks left. Alright, here we go with deck number 11. We still have not run into any of those crazy AoE combos that everybody wants to see when AoE decks are being opened. So let's hope that maybe they provide in these next 2 decks here. Brobnar, Dis, and Shadows. Whitman, the Nervously Pink. I have no more to say on that name. Starting it off with Lights Out in Shadows. Hideaway Hole. Double Hideaway Hole. Duskrunner. Bren the Fanatic. Whistling Darts. Swindle. Sucker Punch. Ronnie Wristclocks. Knuckles Bolton. Gamgee. Furtive Investors. And on to Dis with a Hecatomb. Tentacus. Spider. Poltergeist. Pain Reaction. Yerk. Schuler. Not Finished With You. Lash of Broken Dreams. Binding Irons. Banish. Ember Imp. Ooh. And on to Brobnar with a Pile of Skulls. Each time an enemy creature is destroyed during your turn, a friendly creature captures one. This is my first Pile of Skulls deck. Phoenix Heart. The Flex. Sound the Horns. Smith. Relentless Assault. Kulf the Quiet. Pound. Ganger Chieftain. Foozle. Coward's End. And Bingo Bang Bang. Very, very interesting. Alright, let's see what we got here. The Coward's End is... You always gotta love to see the Coward's End. The Flex will go good with... Looks like Kulf the Quiet is our biggest Brobnar creature. In Hecatomb, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disc creatures to destroy with that Hecatomb. So if everything comes out correctly, we could burst up to a single, or like to an entire key with the Hecatomb, and that's not bad. The Shadows, pretty whatever. I didn't really see any reliable way to kill the Bren the Fanatic, unless there was something in a different house that I missed. Coward's End could do it, obviously. Pound could chip away at it, at least. Phoenix Heart would do it, but that's just a really weird and convoluted way of doing it. So yeah, I'm not really seeing any reliable way to kill the Bren the Fanatic, which is unfortunate. Double Hideaway Hole is interesting. Give my creatures elusive like multiple turns in a row. But yeah, so that's just another AoE deck. No Gang or Not combo in this one. We only got 1 chance left to open up one of these crazy combos. Let's get it done. Alright, here we go with the 12th and final deck. Let's see what it has in store. Rutherford, Ashwreck's Supplicant. Brobnar, so we got the Gang or Not combo potentially. Dis, for nothing, and Untamed for Glimcall, or whatever that combo is. I don't really know what the point of that entire combo is, because I've never really looked into it very much. We've got, starting it out with the Untamed, with a Teliga, Pempekajaga, Nature's Call, Grasping Vines, Double, Camouflage, They're Everywhere, Double, Persistence Hunting, Glimmer. Okay, so we got the Glimlock combo. Don't really know what to do with that, but alright. I think the point is that it just is constantly bouncing like the opponent's creatures back into their hand, so that they can't ever really establish a board, or if they do get one established, then they can't really use it because it keeps getting bounced back in their hand or something. I don't really know. Full Moon, Darna, Oath, Soul Snatcher. Interesting. Spider, Poltergeist, Pandemonium, Bloodshard Imp, Unlocked Gateway, Tesmal, Streak, Schuler, Not Finished With You, Exhume, Binding Irons, and on to Brobnar with the Iron Obelisk. Your opponent's keys cost +1 for each friendly damaged Brobnar creature. The War Chest. Ooh, double the War Chest. We have Pound, Grok, Foozle, Drummerknot, Coward's End, Bramo, 1-2 Punch, Double, Triple 1-2 Punch. Sheesh. Okay, well, there's some good like Ember Pips here with the 1-2 punches. We got the Drummerknot, but once again, no Ganger Chieftain. So that's unfortunate. No Gang or Not combo for us today. What else do we have? Double the War Chest with an Iron Obelisk. Like that is pretty cool. That is really pretty cool. This looks pretty fun. Got the board wipe with Unlocked Gateway. and the Coward's End in Brobnar, now that I'm looking at it. Poltergeist is always nice to see. Soul Snatcher will be interesting. I don't know if it's really a card that we'd want to play in this deck, but I don't really know for sure. Full Moon, we have 1, wow, 2, 3. We only got 3 other creatures to go on with that Full Moon. All the rest are somewhat, like, interesting actions. Grasping Vines, this is a real, like, artifact hater deck, I guess. Telega, gotta love Telega. They're everywhere. I do like that card quite a bit. But yeah, once again, just like, you know, like a whatever AoE deck. It's just kind of there, kind of a deck that exists. Man, that was a cool display. I'm not gonna lie. We opened some pretty cool cards. We did not run into the Brig or the Gangernaut or the Genka combo at all, but that's okay. That's okay. We did open. I think the star of this display for me is the Legacy Drumble in House of Disc. That's really neat. I love Drumble. I love Legacies, and the fact that we have one, that's really, really cool. You guys will have to let me know what you guys think of these decks down in the comments. I'm not very good at analyzing Age of Ascension decks, so if you guys saw anything that I missed, please let me know, and I will have to update you guys on the way these decks play later on. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you all again in the next one. See you later.